Well, well, well. I wasn't even going to do a stream today. I just happened to open up X, formerly known as Twitter, and seeing this nonsense. Oh man. But I'll tell you what, I'll say it like this. If I find out if Gigi left Kai to get banged out and become NBA young boys 15th, 16th baby mom. Whoever her dad is got to disown her. Water God Zero, what's up, man? What's up, man? I'll say this better not be true in terms of not the because we already know that they broke up. But if she really left him, because according to DJ Academics, right, and other people, they're saying that she left Kai to get cracked by NBA young boy. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up. If this is true, you can't make this stuff up if you try, bro. Pyro, what's happening, man? What's happening, man? Um, but yeah, that better. They need to get that fixed. By the way, is the audio good? It's not chopping up. So please not chopping up. I started using because I used to do all my StreamYards with Chrome, but ever since that day I've been using Edge. But today I'm using but I've been the past couple of streams I've been using Chrome and I haven't had much problems. So I'm still using Chrome in the meantime. Like my videos, I still do them on Chrome. So everything should be all right. Yeah, he said, yeah, the audio's good. Thank you, man. But yeah, this is wild work. This is dastardly work. This is dastardly work. But obviously, this is the post that I saw. This is the post that I saw because the past couple of weeks, you just heard something along the lines with Kai Cenat talking about I'm taking a mental health break. And when I saw that, I was like, this is probably about a broad. Like I couldn't put my finger on it. I'm like, it's probably about his broad. When you hear stuff like I'm like, you gonna stop streaming? What happened? What your broad do? What happened? Or what did you catch your broad doing? Right? Or he saw his broad's phone, right? That's the only reason. That's the only reason. So then is everything is confirmed to me right here. I'm single. I will never be in another relationship again. Now, when you see men make tweets like this, that's when you know they got their heart broken. He really believed in that hoe, man. He really believed it. So, with this being the news, would it be unfair for me? What and you can say I'm wrong for this, and it's fine if you say I'm wrong for this. Is it wrong for me to put Kai Cenat at the simp of the year candidate? As a top 10 simp of the year candidate, even though it's literally the end of the year, the last couple days of the year. Is it insensitive for me? Is it too soon to put Kai Cenat as a simp of the year candidate? Because he should already know his girl belongs to the game. I mean, she's a TikTok. She was a TikTok star, or whatever you want to call a star. She's a TikTok girl, right? So, and he held her up in the air like he always had glowing praise for her, so much so much I'm talking about so much so like I remember he would talk about his broad in front of his guys and they would just look at him like Okay, you're doing too much. His AMP guys. I don't know if I can bring up the compilation. I'm gonna bring up the compilation for you real quick, right here. Because I would see, because when they were officially together in I think September or October, and Kai Cenat was speaking all this glowing, like glowingly about her, right? Technically, yes. Technically, yes. Is he with a pass around? Yes. So, because her name is Gabrielle Alaya, right? Right. So let me show you this clip. Let me still put me right here. Pause. Here we go. Let's play this clip right here of him praising his girl. Because I think he was doing a little bit too much. But he should, at that level, you should already know that your girl belongs to the game, if you're a Kai Cenat.
Yeah, my girl is so pretty, baby. That shit shot me every time, bro. I just knew she was on the pick when we were able to connect on a level that I never connect on, and also.
Oh man, the music in the background. I want to get to the part, yeah, where he was when he was with his friends and he was talking about his girl. That's the part I want to get to right here. Yep.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, for the first time in my life, besides my family, I felt a human form of like purpose. Like, oh my, you pretty as hell.
Oh man. But the way that they're looking at him right here tells me everything I need to know. Clearly, this is clearly a girl that Kai really not only did he hold her up in the air, he was very like, man, this might be the one. But I'll say this: the mental health break, I think, is not necessarily because of the breakup, but particularly who she left him for. That's my opinion. I think it's who she left him for, which is allegedly NBA YoungBoy. Let me look up something. How many baby mothers does NBA YoungBoy have? Now, let me show y'all something. When I go on Google and text this out, watch this. As soon as I put how many baby mothers does, look what pops up. How many baby mothers does Nick Cannon, NBA YoungBoy, Cam Newton, Eddie Murphy, Elephant Man? I don't know who Elephant Man is. Future, Offset, Elon Musk, Orange Man, the Diddler, right? But NBA YoungBoy is one of the top results right here. How many baby mothers does NBA YoungBoy have? That's funny. Let's see. Yep. So they said NBA YoungBoy has children with around 10 different women, indicating that he fathered 12 children by 10 mothers and was expecting his 13th child with his wife, Jaslyn Hayes. What have I been telling you guys? I keep telling y'all the ones that get the most respect, or the ones where their hoes are in line for some weird reason, are the dudes that have like several baby mothers and like kids all over the place. For some reason, those guys get the best respect from the hoes. And I'm talking about hoes from all different backgrounds. Hoes that grew up with two parents, hoes that grew up without parents, hoes that were orphans, right? It don't matter. They seem to all act in line. I don't ever hear none of them talk about PDP, postpartum, was it PPD, postpartum depression, you know? So this always will remain true. But before we get more into Kai Cenat, oh, hold on for a second. So Pyro said Elephant Man is a Jamaican artist. That guy has more kids than Nick Cannon and Cam combined. Oh, whoa. Okay, so let me Let's go to here then. Let's do it like this. How many baby mothers does you say he has more than Cam and Nick? Oh my god. He said they said he has 20 baby mothers, 38 children, possibly over 40. Oh my god. This and I'm telling you, guys like that, they never not have women lining up for them. It's always, and mind you, they don't even have to be rich. They don't even have to be rich. It's for some reason with guys like that, they always have women lined up for them, even with multiple, several situations. Guys like that never have a shortage of broads for some reason. Yeah, so they said Elephant Man has 20 baby mothers, 38 kids. And they're saying he technically has more than that unofficially. Jesus, man. And no, I don't blame Elephant Man. After somebody has like about 3 to 4 baby mothers, that's the fault lies on the women that's with them. That's just my opinion. You know, because there should be there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Anyways, let me bring up something that's similar to this situation. Let me bring up something that's similar. There's a video that's gone viral right here. There's a woman that's gone viral. This woman says she had the perfect man and relationship, but still ended her engagement and moved on because she changed her mind. So this is quite interesting. So this is I want to hear this. I want to hear this out. But this video has gone viral. Let's hear her out right here. Here we go.
I ended my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life, are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pack, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new. So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage, and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace, and I'm ready for what's next in the new year. I ended my engagement, and today.
Okay, let's go over this video again. Let's go over this again, man. By the way, if you're broad, she got a social media, she got an Instagram or TikTok, she's always gonna feel like she has unlimited options. Now, mind you, this is gonna be the same broad probably 10 years later. She's gonna be complaining about how older men are only targeting young women. Or I don't know, older men want women their age and they just want women to control and blah 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 blah. Right. Here she had a perfectly good man. She said there was nothing wrong with him. She just decided to leave and end the engagement. Now, shout out to her for being honest. You know, this was probably a guy that thought he quote unquote found the rare good woman. By the way, we got to stop people in this space. We got to stop telling dudes that, if you do find the rare good woman, nah, you're not gonna find her. there's they what do they say? They call it a unicorn. God, if they're describing it as a unicorn, that means it doesn't exist. You're not gonna find a good woman, guys. If you do, she's most likely going to be taken. 99% chance she's going to be taken. There's no single good women past the age of talking to you. If she's 32 or fuck it, if she's like 27, 28, and she's single and you find her attractive, she's single for a reason. So that there's not going to be no good single woman past a certain age. That's impossible. So we got to stop telling dudes, what if you find a rare unicorn? You're not going to find it. Just have fun with them, rent, lease, do whatever you need to do, but just understand that is not that girl that you got is not going to be a long-term situation. But anyways, let's replay this video one more time. Let's do a rewind. I want to break this down a little bit more.
I ended my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing
And it's interesting. He didn't do anything. There was no betrayal. There's no cheating. And I've shown you these videos of these girls where they will advise other women, just because he's a good dude doesn't mean you still can't leave. Or they'll, in other words, basically being a good man is not enough, right? And I'll say this: the irony is the irony is you'll see women say this on Instagram and Twitter. They'll say this: in the first time in history, since women don't need men for money, we're actually choosing men for their character and blah blah blah. You'll see posts like that, and you're just like, ladies, please stop lying about please stop lying. They will say this and then become a baby mother to a guy that already has that's literally become a baby mother to a guy that's fresh out of prison, or a dude with a sketchy history, a dude that's he's complete, he's unemployed. They will do this instead of just admitting that they're insatiable. Instead of admitting, look, I'm not going to be satisfied because look, I just thought, look, I'm a hoe. I've had better D game somewhere else. I want the streets again. I know ninjas in the streets with better D game than my fiance. I'm out. They won't say it like that because that would they if they did, dudes would be like, oh, dudes would basically would just be like, they would just keep hoes at, they would keep most women at just arm's length and just deal with them accordingly, but never take them seriously. So they have to sell you that image. And I'm pretty sure who she was at the time she sold herself as a good girl. The fiance probably thought, I found a rare one, but she was just playing a role and she just got tired of playing the role. The streets, the streets are just, it's just, facts. Just stop the cap. The streets is undefeated, man.
quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pass, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition.
Mind you, all these hoes that you be seeing, they all be going to church. This is why I laugh with people. Just get a bitch from church. Nah, these are them and the worst. Those are the worst ones, especially nowadays. I'm gonna do a stream very soon. I don't know when, but my next stream, if nothing else, if no other breaking news comes out, my next stream is literally gonna be saying Christianity is dead. Is either going to be called, the stream is either going to be called Christianity is dead, or it's going to say Christianity is a rest haven for hoes. It's going to be one or two of those titles, because that's what churches and Christianity has become. It's just a rest haven for hoes. And a lot of you Christian dudes out there, I think you guys need to do research on your broad. If she says, okay, I'm religious or I'm spiritual, but I don't do this, you need to inquire on what God she serves, because you guys think you guys both think you're praying to the same entity, but she's praying to a whole other entity. And then she's saying that she's religious or she's non-religious, but she's spiritual, right? And I'm talking about she's worshiping something else, right? People think, witches or people of that ilk, they're just, no, they're in the church. There's witches in the church, a lot of them in the church. There's this famous quote about the country of Haiti, right? What they say about Haiti. Haiti is, was it 80% Catholic and 100% voodoo? Right? So people just think that's just for just a country. No. That's life. These hoes, their practices, their ways, their 304 network is everywhere. Her friends are probably the main reason why she broke it off with her fiance. Her friends is probably the reason why. And then lo and behold, watch this. I won't even be surprised if this same broad right here, she finds out that one of her friends that were encouraging her to break up with her fiance is going to slide a DM text to her ex-fiance. Watch. Do you know how many stories I hear about that? You had these hoes be like, so I had this homegirl that was a friend and she told me to break up with this dude. And then after I break up with him, she in his man's DMs. And she told me to break up with dude. The 304 whole network is expansive. And even if your woman is not a 304, if she's not a witch, she knows somebody that is. She either has a family member that's for the streets, a friend that's for the streets, a coworker that's for for the streets. It's too expansive. The 304 network is too expansive. And it's always going to interfere with your program if you're trying to set some kind of establishment, or you're trying to, establish your legacy with your bro. You're trying to establish something that's bigger than yourself. Her friends are going to interfere.
Feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new. So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace, and I'm ready for what's next in the new year.
When you hear some woman say stuff like that, whoa, man, look, that means, first of all, that means there's other dudes in her ear. There's other dudes in her DMs. And that just means she's ready for the streets. She's down for whatever. All this, they be talking about, I'm gonna go on my spiritual journey. I'm spiritual this. They're always going on a journey. they always they need to travel somewhere or something, like they're the avatar. Like they're Guru Lahima. What's it? No, Guru Patik, right? Bro, the Avatar, the Last Airbender. Anyways, so shout out to FL. I'm just gonna call you FL. No. Actually, those are Chinese characters. My bad. I don't even know what that says. Those are Chinese characters. I'm gonna just call you 6M. He said, "What happened?" Well, Kai Cenat and his girlfriend Gigi, they broke up, aka Gabrielle Alaya. Now, the bigger part of the breakup is the rumors, according to DJ Academics. Rumor has it that she broke up with Kai and hooked up with NBA YoungBoy. So they're saying that she cheated on Kai with NBA YoungBoy. That's why Kai had to go on that mental break. And I'm talking about out of all the rapper ninjas, NBA young boy, are you kidding me? Boy, if I had a daughter or or a sister or whatever, a female relative that broke up with Kai, who you could potentially get married to if you play your cards right. All you really have to do is be silent and you could get yourself married. That's how low the bar is. You potentially turn down a long-term situation with Kai Cenat to be a baby mom, to be a potential baby mama to NBA young boy. And we already know these rappers, they don't got no money. It's the streamers that got more money than these rappers. Kai got more money than all these ninjas. You literally would be set for life if you just be quiet for just like 2 years. If you just shut up for like 2 years, just relax yourself for 2 years, and you'll be straight. She literally does not have to do anything, and she's still leaving for what? To get your rocks off with a degenerate NBA young boy? Are you kidding me? NBA young boy. That better not be true. That better not be true. But according to a lot of these streamers, they're putting it out there. They're saying Gigi left. Gigi left him for NBA YoungBoy. That's crazy. If I had a female relative that left Kai for NBA YoungBoy, I would disown them. I'd be like, you gotta be the stupidest broad. Let me see. Shinobi1, shout out to the War Band. He said, famous people must find it harder than normal folk with dating and marriage. Yeah, of course. At that level, there's no you really can't get married. Sorry, how about that? Let me rephrase it. At that level of fame or money or power, whatever you want to call it, status, it's impossible to find a woman that actually likes you for you. You have to be lucky enough to find that girl before you get famous, right? So you really, as a man, you need to really assess your situation. You really got to be like, okay, was I getting bitches before I was getting this money? Was I getting hoes? Was I getting women before this paper? You need to really be honest as a man when it comes to women. And many men don't do that real introspection. I'm not saying you can't date. I'm just saying you got to understand what it is. You got to be like, okay, I'm dating this girl, but she's gonna leave me. Give it about 2 or 3 months. I'm gonna just enjoy her for what she is, and then just we'll mutually split ways. And I will protect my assets in the meantime. But dudes like Kai, they think, okay, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna get this money, I'm gonna get this status, and then I'm gonna pick my dream girl, and then she's gonna be loyal to me. No, it doesn't work that way, brother. It don't work that way. Of course, once you move up in the game, hoes are going to make themselves easily accessible to you. They're all going to be nice to you. Of course. Of course, these hoes gonna be nice to you. You got that paper, you got that money. If they feel like they can use you for something, if they feel like you could help them move up in the game, of course they're gonna be nice to you. You know, oh my God, this woman is so nice. Of course. So that's what ends up tricking a lot of these dudes out here. But Kai Cenat, he should know better. Like I said, going into the year of 2026, I will say this: one change I will make, particularly when it comes to my fellow black men, because I know niggas got it really hard out here. But the gloves are coming off when it comes to my critique. Ninjas don't, for some reason, they just don't get it. And even with sorry, with the people coming forward and telling you what the game is, ninjas is still doing things the same exact way. Even when you got guys that get hoes, right? Like a Duke Dennis or a King 6'8" the Great. They actually give decent advice when it comes to dating and when it comes to women. What did Duke and King 6'8" the Great? What all these niggas is always say, "Oh, I can't get hoes. I just this guy. I'm not 6'8" the great. No, they give practical advice. They say go after the ones that want to be with you. Go after the ones that give you the choosing signals, right? So, but a lot of dudes, they still don't get it. They still think it's just whatever. But even the ones that do quote unquote choose you, you as a man, you still got to choose the broad. So it's a lot of these dudes out. They're still running that same game. They still think they're getting hoes with their riz. They get these OFs. They surround themselves with OF models and literal porn stars, OF stars, clout chasers, TikTok female TikTok stars. And I know they can't be with regular women. I get that, but you're with a clout chaser or you're with this type of woman. You need to understand what's coming. It's pretty obvious, right? I would think so, but these ninjas want to run their program the same way. So in the year 2026, no more sympathy, no more sympathy. Shinobi once said it's almost like you need to find a woman in the younger years before she gets corrupted by the snakes in this world. Exactly. If you're not, especially when you're talking about America, if you didn't meet your girl in high school, if you did not meet your girl in high school, you're you're gonna hurt yourself. And even that's not a sure what you call it a fireproof solution. That's still not a fireproof solution. Oh, shout out to my man Ainsley in the chat. Let me hit Shinobi One's chat though real quick. He said, "What do these women really want?" The answer is something else and more of it. Exactly. Just understand. If you're always asking, okay, what do women really want? Just more. They always want more. They want more, right? Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show you something real quick. 50 Cent Troll's Son commercial. Let me show you guys something real quick. What's that 50 Cent commercial where he was trolling his son?
Why you still talking? This nigga is crazy. 25 years old. Why you still talking about child support? I spent $5,000 a year when it was with me. That's why I sent his mother to child support, because the bitch thought that she was supposed to get that much more. She wanted more.
I always love it when he just references his baby mom. When 50 Cent references his baby mom. That's real ish. He was people don't understand with that 50 Cent situation. He was giving his baby mama 500 a half $1,000,000 a year in child support without the courts, but she still kept asking for more. Still kept asking for more. So much so 50 Cent brought himself to child support, and the judge was like, "Whoa, you giving this whole way too much. Uh just give this bitch give the son $96,000 a year, something like that, right? Which is still a lot, and he still complained about it. So Ainsley says, "Don't most girls want a person who has a lot going for themselves like Kai?" At the end of the day, Ainsley brother, I keep trying to tell you guys, women like their first choice is usually degenerates. It's not even athletes. I can't. I'm telling you. I'm just. This is just from my observation. They like degenerates. They like even like they love they even like these the broke rappers, the broke SoundCloud rappers. They'll throw. I'm talking about they'll throw their whole life away for a broke SoundCloud rapper. That's what women want. When you look at remember the girls in high school, right? The dudes that they end up choosing a lot of the times, particularly the ones that you guys wanted, the pretty ones. Who do they choose outside of the outside of the obvious jocks, right? Who did they choose? They chose them ninjas that be in ISS, the troublemakers, or older dudes that didn't even go to the school. Those were the dudes that they were choosing outside of the obvious jocks, right? The obvious attractive dudes. Who they choose? They usually chose those the ISS ninjas, the alternative school ninjas, right? Them dudes that be in and out of school, the ones that be cutting school. Those are the dudes that they like degenerates because many women they like degenerates because they can relate to degenerates more. Somebody said ninja needs common sense. Yeah, those streamers, they don't, they don't get it. Ainsley also says, I don't watch the guy, but what happened exactly? So Kai, oh yeah, like I said, Kai, I'll repeat it again. Kai and his girl broke up, and now they're saying allegedly Gigi cheated on Kai with NBA YoungBoy of all people. Of all people, NBA YoungBoy. And that's why they're saying this is why Kai had to go on his mental health retreat. This ninja stopped streaming because his hoe left him. I'm talking about you literally putting money on it, like you're burning money by doing this, going on this mental health thing or mental health break because your hoe was a hoe. Oh man. He said 25 years old too, spoiled grown ass man. Yeah, ISS. Yeah, ISS. Ninjas know what I'm talking about. Them ISS boys. They had all the pretty they had all the pretty hoes first. They cracked people talking about, oh, I be cracking virgins. These were the ones that was cracking virgins. Them ninjas, the ISS ninjas, the drug dealers at the school, right? The older drug dealers that didn't go to the school. Those were the guys that got the pretty girls first. They were first choice because there was only about one or two or three jocks, right? That was already, taken or off the market, right? So outside of those three or four jocks, who are the girls choosing? Those ninjas. They're not choosing no regular dude, just a regular good dude. Or they'll say, like, if they say it's a regular dude, it's like a tall, goofy looking motherfucker, right? Nothing, no regular. It's nothing regular. A dude that you don't even know if you don't even know if he's gonna finish high school. You don't know if he's gonna go in the military. This dude has clearly no future. Those dudes, they were getting all the hoes, all the pretty ones, especially the pretty. When you talking about the pretty ones, they said NBA YoungBoy is a demon. He's literally a demon. But those, like I said, it's those NBA YoungBoy types. Those are the ones that get the most. And I saw something that was going around. It was a video when Gigi was talking about her preference. She wanted a tall rapper. NBA YoungBoy's not tall. NBA YoungBoy's my height, bro. He's I've seen NBA YoungBoy in real life. He's let me see what's his height, because when I met him, oh shoot, I'm doing too much. He's not he's not tall at all. Let me look up something on Google. See, NBA YoungBoy height. Yeah, exactly. I knew it. Yeah, NBA YoungBoy 5'8". I'm like, he's yep. So all that shit. I was like, so because people were talking about, oh man, she picked NBA Young. That was her exact preference. I'm like, NBA Young boy ain't tall. I know he got all them hoes. He ain't tall though. But at the end of it's just women like degenerate dudes. That's what they, and especially if you're talking about a black girl. Especially when you're talking about black girls, they don't want normal. They don't want normal. You got to be affiliated of on with there's got to be some kind of danger associated with you, or if you see a black girl with a regular dude, especially at that young of an age, she probably saw him like do something like some he did something where she finally respected him because of his dangerous qualities, right? I remember like when I was younger, I remember there was this one older girl. She was like 2 years older than me. I was like in sixth grade. She was in eighth grade. Like this hoe always had something to say. Then she saw me do some gangster shit one day, physically, and then she had respect for me ever since. That's just that's just black women, right? Latina women too. So I'm not gonna leave them out. Yeah, the society rejects. I keep telling you, like, if you put a hoe in a stable environment, right? You put them in a bubble, and then they meet a man. Doesn't matter necessarily what he looks like. If they meet a man outside of that bubble and he's able to stand on his own 2 feet, he has his own ways, he has his own money, no matter how he gets it, legal or illegally. But someone from outside that bubble, if he says with the right words, he can crack that bitch, even if she lived in that sheltered environment her whole life. It's just she's gonna want something outside of that. This is why those hoes, they'll live in the suburbs their whole life, and then as soon as they go to college, now they're traveling the world on their dad's dime. They just want to get out. They just want to get out and explore the world, go on these these trips in Europe, get cracked by the citizens and the migrants. Like, so this is what they want to do. You can't put the bish in like a tower, far, far away, you can't. The bish is locked away for a reason. It's not to really, it's not actually to protect her, it's actually to protect the world from her because she's an ogre. That's a like that Shrek movie was a bigger metaphor than, it was a lot deeper than people give it credit for. The dragon wasn't there to protect Fiona. It was to make sure to keep that ogre in the castle, because that's what she really was. Anyways, shout out to Pyro. He said he's a good person to be around. He's a good father, and he's always. He said that's why women love him. But it's just like what happens is hoes get easily entranced by an NBA young boy type because he'll be like a bad person or a so-called bad person. Then they'll take like a walk in a park with him, and then they'll see him like hand some money to like some kids running up to him like he's in Africa or something. And then they soften up. They see like the kids walking to him. They say, "Oh, he's a good dad." No, he is what he is. He's just handing out some licks to some kids that he knows. But yeah, hoes easily get entranced by guys like that, right? But anyways, let's bring it back to also I wanted to show you a preview of this. Man, I want to show you guys a preview. Oh no, this is the wrong one. So Nala, where's she at? Or hold on. But yeah, anyways, this is gonna be a preview for tomorrow. Or I don't know when I'm gonna do this stream. Where I said Christianity is gonna be a rest, or Christianity or in church, just in general, right? It's just a rest haven for hoes. That's all it is. So anyway, let's hit up Nala Ray with this video right here. This because there's like 2 videos of her complaining.
One of the mistakes I do regret making was going on the whatever podcast. I was like, maybe I wasn't ready for that because it was a 9-hour podcast in a stuffy room with 2 men just tearing me apart.
But it showed them who they were.
Yeah.
Even if they walk away, let their fans cheer them. Remember, the world is going to cheer for things that we don't want to cheer for. So don't worry about whatever, literally. Don't worry about it.
They're whatever.
But here's the thing. We should pray for them as well.
I have been.
No, I think what they're doing in their hearts, I understand their point of view, right? But remember what the gospel says. If you do with wisdom, but without love, it's like clashing cymbals hitting together.
Yeah. But this is, I keep telling you, all these OF broads that be on your show, they're going to pivot. And it's not necessarily just pivoting into the church. They're going to make themselves the victim. All these broads y'all be inviting on your shows, all these loser chicks, they're gonna say that they were forced on this podcast. They were these the whatever podcast, the Fresh and Fit podcast, the Daily Rap Crew, was it the No Fugazi podcast? These hoes are gonna start suing these podcasts, and they're gonna say they were forced and they didn't know what to do. Particularly these OF stars and these ex pornography stars. These, like, there's even a channel on Instagram where oh my god, there's this channel on Instagram where this dude made a platform where he has these adult film stars, or these former adult film stars, and they talk about their experience in the adult film industry, and they're just like, I remember just going on and they were telling me to do this, and they were telling me to do the scene, and I was just still so, I'm like, are you guys kidding me? You're doing corn. This is one of the reasons why I started making content like this, is because I'm seeing hoes do this where they're double dipping. And this is where the final straw for me was like, all right, we can't be doing this. Because here you are, because when you were doing corn, you had dudes, you had a women. I'm pretty sure you had dudes and women telling you not to do corn. Same thing you had, you got these drug addicts want to play victim later on in life. You had the dare program. You had when you were a kid, you were warned not to do drugs. When you were younger, you had somebody told you not to do corn. Somebody told you. You were warned. Now you want to turn around and act like you didn't know what you was doing during that time. And then now, particularly with these corn stars, you were over the age of 18. You weren't 17, you weren't 16. And even if you were, you probably lied about your age so you can do it. So I don't even want to hear it. And now you have bitches like Nala Ray trying to make herself the victim. Even though she was going on the whatever podcast and acting a GD fool. Without the whatever podcast, nobody would even know what your OF, people wouldn't even know about your OF page if it wasn't for the whatever podcast. And now you're double dipping. Now you're trying to make yourself the victim, and now you're trying to take down the whatever podcast or whatever that platform is with you. Just because it's not even because of a lawsuit or everything. You just want to tear it down just because. What's going on? And you have Christian dudes like this. They won't call hoes like this out. Or at least, I'm not saying you got to be judgmental to the bitch, but you got to be fair. You got to be like, well, I know you're on a new path and whatnot, but you went on that platform willingly on your own accords. I'm not saying it's a great podcast, but you went on their podcast. You acted a GD fool. Now, whether you're sorry about it, whether you're genuine about it, that's on you, but that's your past. Why don't you move on from that and then not even talk about that anymore? But no, I'm gonna use my platform and act like I was the victim. They put me on the spot, even though she was one of the main ones. She's memorable on that podcast because she was one of the main ones acting a GD fool. Hold on. So Pyro says it's so funny when women look at men like NBA Youngboy and say, "Yep, he's going to be an amazing husband and father." No, it's the reason why women mess with guys like NBA Youngboy is the perfect excuse. They can mess with the degenerate dude that they've always wanted to be with, since they're degenerates themselves. And then when things go bad, they know they're not going to get any of the responsibility. They're just going to be like, well, he's NBA Youngboy, or well, he's a drug dealer, he's this, he's a deadbeat, blah, 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 without any of the accountability. This is why girls like messing with drug dealers like that. Because if you have a girl like a Sierra, because you're seeing it happening to Sierra in real time, where she will try to do things where she's talking about single life, and you'll even have her own ratchet fan base call her out and say, no, you can't be doing that stuff anymore. You with Russell Wilson, you with a good man, right? So women don't chase after good men. Good men are not their first choice, right? Because they're not trying to reciprocate. Because if you're with a person that is an actual good person, you have to reciprocate. They're good to you, then you got to be good back to them. And women don't want to reciprocate. They just want to be the receiver of the reciprocation. If they're with a good person, if they're with a good man, if they're with a man that's doing right by them, then they're actually going to have to do things back, good things back. They don't want and for women, particularly at a young age, that's just too much for them. That's just too much for them. That's how selfish they are, right? So this is what you gotta. This is what, particularly men have to understand. This is why women wait until they're like two baby daddies in, or two bastard kids, 8 baby deletions, post to be like, okay, I'm ready to be with a good man, because I literally have nothing else to offer. And he just has to accept me for what I am anyways, because he's a good man. He's supposed to accept this garbage that I bring. Anywho, but this is the preview, because I got plenty of more videos of stuff like this, of Nala Ray, because she went on this interview to talk about stuff like this. I have plenty more saved up in the chamber, but this is I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. But anyways, let's get back to the Kai Cenat situation, because I want to save the pornography thing. I want to save that for tomorrow, because I'm gonna show you that channel on Instagram. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow, but it's gonna be very soon. It's gonna be very soon, where I could do a whole presentation. Hopefully, I won't have to do it on the road. But anyways, let's bring up Kai again. Kai Cenat. shocks the world with his tweet. He says, I'm single. I will never be in another relationship again. So this just confirms that him and Gigi, aka Gabrielle Alaya, have broken up after about 3 to 4 months of being together, I would say. But it's official now. Now, people wondered why Kai Cenat had to go on his, mental health break. He had to, fix his mental. So he stopped streaming for a little bit, leaving money on the table. But he needed to do it for his mental health. And now it's official. It was because he caught his girl doing something. And now he had to break up with the broad. And it's unfortunate. You can tell this broke his heart because he spoke glowingly about Gabrielle. He thought he probably potentially could be with a woman that he could see himself with in the long term. Now, rumor has it, according to the streets, the Twitter streets, and DJ academics, they're saying that she cheated on Kai with NBA Youngboy. Now, this is the interesting part. I want you to see this post right here. This is what I want you to see. So Gabrielle Alaya had a response to this on her story. This is where I'm starting to get suspicious of this broad right here. She says, I left. Now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative. This is where I'm like, wait, hold on for a sec. Oh, but let me read the whole thing. Let me not distract myself. She says, I left. Now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative about off of a fake Twitter post is insane. I've never cheated on you, and you know that. I have never dealt with that man. She doesn't say NBA Youngboy's name. Play that sympathetic role somewhere else, please. Now, this is where I get suspicious. This is where DJ Academics, he might be 100% right with the rumor. Because all Kai Cenat, this is the only thing he tweeted. All he said was, I'm single. I will never be in another relationship again. He didn't say Gigi's a bitch. He didn't say she was a whore. All he said was, I'm single and I will never be in a relationship again. And now you're addressing narratives that you're saying Kai pushed. No, that's just what the world is pushing. This is what the streets are pushing. And doth protest too much. So this is where I analyze it. She goes, I left. Now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative. I'm like, you only tweeted one thing. She goes, I've never cheated on him, and that I have never dealt with that man. Play that sympathetic role somewhere else, please. This is where I'm like, okay, Kai didn't say all of that. I know she's gonna play it off as, oh, I was addressing the public. No, you're saying you. I never cheated on him, and you know that. She goes, I left, and now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative about me off of fake Twitter posts. She's addressing this to Kai, but that was the streets pushing that rumor. So for you to even address that and act like that was Kai's fault, a lot of these hoes out here that tend to play victim by blaming Kai Cenat for something, they tend to be guilty, right? Let me see if I can sorry, I wasn't even I wasn't even sharing the photo. My bad. Right here. Just to show you I'm not making this stuff up. My bad. Yeah, she goes, I left. Now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative about me off a fake Twitter post. It's insane. I've never cheated on him. And you know that. I have never dealt with that man. Play that sympathetic role somewhere else, please. It's weird. She's going to play it off as like she was addressing the public, but she's low-key trying to blame Kai for this. A lot of these hoes that try to blame Kai for their misdeeds, whether it be Jovi Pena, whether it be the bish that try to accuse Ty Lil of something, right? Jordan Pauline, they tend to be lying. So yeah, like I said. Oh man, doth protest too much. Somebody said, yeah, Gigi, we believe. Yeah, Gigi, we believe you. Yeah, she maybe it wasn't with NBA Youngboy, but you definitely cheated. You definitely cheated. You definitely cheated. Oh, look at this right here. I saved this post as well. Shout out to Duke Dennis.
A wise man told me by the name of Duke Dennis.
Women, girls, they be on their phone 24/7. All right? They go to sleep with that motherfucker in their hand, bro. So, the fact that your girl not texting you, bro,
You can kiss her.
you can hug her,
You can tell her that you love her.
but your bitch ain't your bitch, bro. That is not your girl, bro.
But that bitch ain't your bitch, nigga.
Because I can guarantee you 100%, I guarantee it, that she's texting another nigga. She got time for another nigga.
That girl you call your 5 shit main squeeze, that is not your bitch.
So why she ain't texting you? Why she not calling you? Your bitch ain't your bitch, bro.
A wise man told me by the name of Duke Dennis.
Women.
Yeah, man. Gigi, Gabrielle Elia, you bet. I swear on everything, bro. Really? Oh man. Oh Lord have mercy. Okay, so we got some updates about the news too. So as I refresh my Twitter, this is what I'm seeing on my Twitter right now. They're saying Gigi explains why she and Kai broke up despite him claiming she cheated. Well, I don't know if he claimed that. She said it's easy for me to get through life alone. He's like, I'll get you a new purse, I'll get you new this, and that's cool, but I need someone who's actually there and can open up to me. Yeah. This might be an old clip, but let's look at this clip right here. This might be an old clip though.
Now it's easier for me to just get through life alone. I'm just gonna get you a new purse. I'm just not gonna get you a new this. I'm just gonna get you a new that. And it's like, yeah, like that stuff be cool because it's like, okay, now like I got it. But it's like, no, I just really wanted somebody that was there to just listen and just, somebody I could open up to. Now it's easier for me to just get through life alone. I'm just gonna get you a new purse. I'm just not gonna get you a new this. I'm just gonna get you a new that. And it's like, yeah, like that stuff be cool because it's like, okay, now like I got it. But it's like, no, I just really wanted somebody that was there to just listen and just, somebody I could open up to.
I'll say this. I said this earlier in the stream. It might be unfair to say this, but does Kai Cenat, does he qualify for Simp of the Year when I make my top 10 Simp of the Year? Does he qualify? I think it might be too, people might think it's too soon, but it is this year. I'm still making my list as we speak, still updating it, making special arrangements. I just know who my top 2 is. I know who my top 2 is. my top 2 is pretty obvious. Or I'll say this, I definitely know what my top 5 is for this year. My only thing is I don't know if I should add Travis Hunter to the top 10. The reason why I'm squeamish on adding Travis Hunter is because I think there's enough evidence of him being suspect for me to leave him out. It's the same reason why I don't call Dwayne Wade a simp or Will Smith per se a simp, because I think those guys are in the closet, right? So they're just that's just me. That's just my opinion. So it's kind of hard for me to label these guys as simps because they're doing other things behind closed doors. But if we are going off of what we're seeing, then yes, these are grade A plus simps. But with Kai Cenat, he should already know better. He should. I would think he would know better, but I don't know. These guys get these these guys get this little bit of internet. It's because it's not just Kai. Shout out to it's a lot of people in the manosphere, right? In the so-called manosphere. Shout out to Shisha Zed, right? And you have Shisha Zed, right, making this content, and he's talking about men don't do this, women are doing this, and blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden, I see something. I think it was like last year or the year before or the year prior, and he was like, "I've just got married." I'm like, "Oh, this ninja started getting a little bit of YouTube money with his whatever, and then combined it with his tech job, and all of a sudden, he's married now." I don't know. Dudes don't understand. It was like most dudes don't get it. Like they start getting some money, and then all of a sudden they got a girl. I'm like, don't you find that suspicious? Don't you find that a bit, convenient? You weren't really getting a whole bunch of choosing signals before, and now you get a promotion in your job. All of a sudden, the girl that's under you, she's starting giving you choosing signals, of course, because you're the boss. Like that's maybe because I've been through it. Because I remember, I'm gonna share you a personal story. A couple of times this has happened to me, but I know one personal time. It was this one lady, or a couple ladies actually, being nice to me and just out of nowhere, but it was just rumors. There were rumors that I was going to get a promotion. Now, I didn't get a promotion. They ended up giving the job to somebody else outside the company, and I was basically left with egg on my face. So I left. But during those couple of weeks where I was still at the company, right, the attention just basically went away. just like that. And the only two people that had my back was like this older lady, because she was like, I knew that they were going to do that to you. And then this other dude that used to work with me, they were like, yeah, I knew they was going to do you dirty. Now, those two people, they don't even really talk to me like that. They just had respect for me on the outside looking in. But all the, the ladies that were started, or even some of the older ladies that started to kiss up to me, they stopped. That's just how it works. This is why you'll see these managers or these people, they get a promotion and they end up getting in trouble. They really think these hoes really like them. But you're just in a position of power, or you're a position now, you're in a superior position. Now they have to address you a little bit differently. So that has happened to me a couple of times actually. But I share that personal story to tell you, when women find out they can't really get nothing out of you, or they just can't, there's nothing to get from you, you'll be like, damn, I don't got no bitches. It's dudes that I know they had like no bitches, right? They had no bitches. Then they started, working as a trucker, right? Or they ended up getting a job where they actually started getting some decent money. Then all of a sudden they get a girl. when did you get? I'm like, when did you get a girlfriend? Oh yeah, this girl. I just got and I'm like, bruh. I don't even want to say nothing because then they start complaining about their girl taking up so much of their time. I'm like, well, at that point, I can't really blame the girl because your mark of success, low key with the ladies, in terms of personal attraction, is really if you can get the broads when you really have nothing to offer. Who are the broads? You need to identify what kind of broads you attract or what kind of broads you can get when you have nothing to offer, when it's just you, the person. And you need to be honest about yourself and really assess that. I had that brutal reality when I was in high school or when I was even younger than that. I had that brutal reality when I was younger. So when I finally got, quote unquote, red pilled about the ladies, there was no RP rage really with me when it came to the ladies because it was just like, oh, low key, I knew this all along. I just didn't really want to accept it. I just wanted to accept that there's just okay, these are the bad women and these are the good women. No, it is what it is. You start getting some money. Oh, sorry, when I was younger, I would literally be in rooms where the hoes would literally treat me like I was nothing until the person like running the camp would be like, oh my God, Chris, thank you for being here. Thank you for accepting my offer. Yeah, I literally brought him here personally. He at a personal as a personal favor. I needed him to do this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm still the same. Like I'm nothing special, but what ends up happening is I end up being like friends or the boss or whoever's running the event will call me for a personal favor to do this. And then I will show up, still get treated like shit until he shows up. He or she shows up and is like, oh, this is my blah, blah, blah. Oh. Then all of a sudden people are comfortable with me again. I got that brutal reality when I was like young. So I always knew, like me personally, I always knew if I'm going to get a girl, even before I was red pilled, I always knew I would have to be coming with something. And if I become famous out of nowhere, something happens, I become famous, I have to be very selective on who I have with me. And there's probably a good chance where I can't really have a girlfriend like that if I become famous or if I start getting some clout out of nowhere. I'm probably going to have to chill when it comes to getting with broads, right? Like you'll even have dudes, they'll say that, yo, I had way more broads before I was famous. They'll say stuff like that because once you're famous or you start getting a little bit of status, the girls that are with you, they're not really with you because of you. It's impossible to find a woman at that point. It's impossible to find a woman that's with you because of you. It's impossible. And those stories, you ever see those stories? They'll be like, these dudes will find their wives and the wives will be like, the wives will be like, I didn't know who he was. They lying. They're lying. Even if they don't know, they probably had a brother that knew who the guy was or a sister. And then they just, let me fix myself up. With the Travis Hunter situation, Leanna said she didn't know who he was until she told her brother. And then once the brother educated her on who he was, they're like, okay, we gonna set this ninja up. We gonna get a lick out this ninja. That's how it works. Oh yeah, but I always tell you my favorite story where that there was that one girl in high school that I'm talking about treating me like I was nothing until she found out that her boyfriend literally looked up to me, and then her whole disposition changed about me ever since then. That's That's life. So I've had that brutal reality, and it's crazy to me that you got these boys here. Kai Cenat, I don't know how old he is. He's got to be what, 24, 25, 25 years old. They really think that these hoes is with them because of their riz or their game or whatever. I'm like, bro, they these bitches are. I remember a preach had a very profound quote that I got to give him credit for. He said, if you have cheese, don't be surprised when you see rats, right? he said something. He said something like, he said a quote similar to that. He's like, if you're leading with cheese, don't be surprised when you have rats, right? Something like that. And these dudes, they still don't get it. And then you'll have, and then let me call out niggas real quick. Let me go on my Pastor David Manning real quick. Let me get my Pastor David Manning on. What niggas try to do, and I'm not talking about Kai. I'm not talking about Kai. What niggas be trying to do, niggas like Ty Lil, they try to cheat the game. They take OF chicks or adult film stars or any other form of escorts, and they try to turn these bitches into little side chicks without paying them. They try to turn out escorts and try to make them into friends with benefits situation without paying them. And then they get surprised when that bitch flips the game on them and then accuses them of grape. It's because you were playing them. You try to cheat the game. You try to say, oh, I get these hoes out here and I get these hoes to really like me, and you out here running game on escorts and bragging on that. This is how Ty Lil got in trouble. This is how Shannon Sharp got in trouble. Shannon Sharp, I was wrong about Shannon Sharp in terms of what he got himself into. Because when Undead Chronic was talking about this, and then I re-looked at the situation, and I was like, oh, I know exactly what happened. I was wrong. He never paid her. He never paid the broad. When Shannon Sharp was with that broad, with the OF chick, he thought he could just screw her and then just have her as a side chick. That's not how the game works. That's an escort, bruh. You got to pay her. But ninjas be trying to cheat the game. That's how they get themselves in trouble. Anything to inflate the number of women that they think that actually loves them for them. Look, none of these hoes love you out here, bro. They don't. Women only like a few dudes, like genuinely. Even a lot of the dudes that they even have sex with, they don't like. Most women don't use sex for pleasure. They use sex to get to get something else. Most men use sex for pleasure. When it comes to men in their lives that women actually genuinely like, it's very few. Because if women can help it, they would have nothing to do with us. And you're seeing this right now. But for guys like Kai to be shocked at his predicament, I don't get it. Like, but you know, I would have thought Kai would know the game. You would think he would know the game, but he doesn't. I'll say this. You know what's crazy? I know people have a lot to say about Speed, but I can't see Speed going through something like this. And I'm not trying to make it a Kai Cenat versus Speed situation, but I can't see Speed going through something like this. I can't. I think Speed is very knowledgeable about the game. I don't know where he has got his I don't know where he got his mentorship from, but he got his mentorship from somebody. I don't know who, but he got it from somebody, because I see the way he moves. He'll he'll get trapped in a situation. Like you'll see Speed. Remember when Speed was with that witch in the mountains, and then all of a sudden he had to leave, but he knew exactly what was going on. I really need to know where he got his mentorship from. But with Kai, guys like Kai, they still, guys like Kai, they still believe in love and stuff like that, But at that level of fame, that level of status, it's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah, Mrs. is the name 337 says she or he. Let me see. Oh no, that's she. Said Mrs. is the name 3377. She said, been known this was coming. Well, yeah. But I think what broke Kai was finding out that allegedly she was probably hooked, that allegedly she was messing with NBA Youngboy or one of these SoundCloud rappers out here. You left me for this? I'm like, it's not even the leaving. It's like who you left him for, or how she portrayed herself before the breakup. Because women they'll play their role for like 6 months. You see, that's another thing. I just started thinking about this right now. You know how you hear like the hoes nowadays, they'll be like, if the guy doesn't propose to you in 6 months, then he doesn't look at you as the one. That's because they can only play that role for so long. Women can only play nice or fake, being a fake submissive for like 2 or 3 months, 6 months. This is why we tell dudes you need to be vetting women for at least more than 2 years. You gotta be seeing that bitch for at least more than 2 years before you even think about marrying the broad. But they try to reverse it on the dudes. They'd be like, if he doesn't see anything in you, if he doesn't propose in 3 or 6 months, then he's just using you. Nah, don't fall for that, guys. When you hear women say stuff like that, they're actually inadvertently telling on themselves. They're inadvertently saying that, look, I can only be fake nice to you for that allotted time. Over that allotted time, I can't be submissive to you anymore, or I can't fake the funk with you anymore. So, and I'll say in this situation like this, clearly this young lady here, Gigi, she's just like her mama, a thought, a 304 for the streets. Just like her mama. She was probably one of those impatient ones that couldn't fake being nice. She just couldn't do it for. She was probably listening to them bras that was like, it's been 3 or 4 months and he still hasn't. That finally got to her and she was like, you know what, I'm out. I can do better. Even though you can't do any better than Kai. But in her mind, you ain't proposing to me after 3 months? Because I see a lot of these bitches, they be saying that. I'm like, interesting you say in this time frame, 3 to 6 months. Interesting time frame that you put out there. Oh yeah, Panda Man said, I swear all of us had to go through that. Yeah, that, understanding that. Yeah, but that makes sense. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's just like they inadvertently tell on themselves when they say that. They always say the same thing, like 3 to 6 months. I'm like, 3 to 6 months? You don't know nobody in no 3 to 6 months. You need time to get to know the person. But they're telling you as men that most women, they can only fake the funk with you for probably no more than a year max. This is why we tell dudes, you got to be vetting her for like 2 years plus, as long as you can vet her for. Because they'll fake the funk with you, especially if you have something of value in your life, if you have money, if you have or if you just have masculinity, or you have all the traits and tools to be a great long-term partner for her, she'll fake the funk. She'll fake the funk for you. Now, today's women, the difference is back then women could fake the funk for a longer period of time and they'll get the ring. Today's women, they don't really know how to cater to a man long term to get the ring. Most young women, they don't know how to be soft or to be feminine, or to cook, clean, or do the basics, the basics, right? They can't do the basics to keep a man long term. So they'll say that, they'll be like, if you ain't giving me a ring in 3-6 months, I'm out. Because today's women, they can't fake the funk for that long. They can't. They'll leave literally a potential $1 billion situation for the streets. They'll look. Yamin Yamal. Remember when I was talking about Yamin Lamal and his bish, the bish that he used to be with? I'm like, this guy, he's literally going to be the richest footballer on the planet. I'm talking about he's going to be richer than Messi. He's going to be richer than Ronaldo. Potentially, he's going to be. It's basically guaranteed. All you have to do is just be with him and just be silent. Even if he breaks up with you, if he's with you with 3 to 4 years, he's literally going to be giving you free money. He's literally just going to be giving you money for free. if such a thing exists. But when you're with these rich footballers, they're literally just, come on. You're going to be set for life either way, just off of the association with him. This bitch cheated on Yamin Yamal with some random kid. She's just the young women today, they can't fake the funk. And they'll be in the best, I'm talking about the best situation possible. They can't do it. They can't do it. Nick, what's up, man? Pyro says, strong, successful male said vet her for 4 years tops. I would say vet her for as long as you possibly can. As long as you possibly can. As long as you can do it for. And then even at that point, you need to be doing you especially with today's women, you have to, any woman that's young millennial, but I would say definitely Gen Z women and younger, you have to do a private you need to hire a private investigator and just make sure you're not marrying a hoe. You don't want to end up like Zach Randolph, the NBA player. Remember what Zach Randolph said what he said? He said, I married a hoe. I just remember seeing that tweet out of nowhere from Zach Randolph, and he just goes, I married a hoe. That's one of the funniest tweets of all time. Easily one of the funniest tweets of all time. Okay, so this, I hate posts like this. You see this nonsense? Look at this right here. Let me zoom out. This is the nonsense. So right here, I'm not even gonna play the clip per se. I'm gonna mute it. But look at this caption. They're saying fans are speculating that a major reason for Kai Cenat and Gigi's breakup was resurfaced footage showing Gigi being overly insistent on driving his Lamborghini Urus, fueling claims that she was using him for money. Well, duh. The only difference is just today's women, when they're not getting their way up front and you're not obeying them, they're quicker to leave, even if they're in the perfect situation. So this is exactly what I just talked about. So I'll play the clip. I'll play the clip. I'll give it to you guys. Here we go.
You told me I would never drive this car.
Yes, but I'm making you drive it because
no, you're not making me.
I'm letting you drive it.
No, you're not letting me.
I'm allowing you.
No, you're not allowing.
I'm letting you.
No, you're not. I wanted to drive this car.
Oh, baby. Oh, hell no. What? I what?
You. Oh, you couldn't like tell me no.
Oh, pull this over right now.
Okay, I'm joking.
Put a call over right now.
No, she was not joking. And by the way, because people with common sense know that even like, men with money they'll give women money just for not asking them for money. Right? So that used to be the common sense thing. So what hoes would do back then that could think long term, they'll be like, okay, let me not ask this man for any money. And eventually he'll give me the money. Right? So that was the more common sense approach, right? But the young hoes now, the way they're brought up, since they were brought up by hoes, mind you, Gabrielle Aliyah was brought up by a hoe, right? They're taught, if I don't get my money right there and there, I have license to leave. If I'm not getting what I want right now, there's always someone, what's that saying that that hoes be saying nowadays? Go with somebody who will or whatever. I don't know what the quote is. There's someone who will do it if the person you with won't, but the bitch will be literally with a millionaire. And they'll be like, I can find somebody better. I'll go with somebody that quote unquote will. Right? So that's how these hoes are brought up. So now once these hoes are in these literally perfect, I'm talking about perfect situation. They look crazy. Now she looks crazy for leaving Kai and potentially being with an NBA young boy. Potentially. So right here, let me see. I saw something funny. I saw a funny tweet. It wasn't here. It was shoot. I hope I didn't miss it, but but it was a woman responding to Gigi's story. It was a woman responding to Gigi's story. I hope I can find that. So they saw, like, a woman saw Gigi's story talking about I didn't cheat on him, and then she's like, oh, she cheated then. That's usually how it works. Yeah, I don't know if I can find that. Let's see, Gigi story. Nah, I don't think I'll be able to find it, but it was funny. It was a really funny tweet. But yeah, a lot of these like a lot of these influencers, they gonna learn. Yeah, so everybody's picking up what I'm throwing down right here. So when they're looking at Gigi's story talking about, oh, I didn't cheat, I didn't do none of this and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, all Kai Cenat said was, I'm single. That's all he said. I'm single and I'm never gonna be in a relationship again. That's literally all he said. And then Gigi replies in her story talking about cheating rumors and all this stuff. Why are you even addressing that? Why? You could have just said, we amicably split up. I wish him nothing from nothing but the best. Nah, she started addressing things that she didn't need to address. So she cheated. It's pretty much official. She cheated. Nick said, don't even take her seriously. Just assume. I always assume all these broads are, particularly even the most mundane broad. Shout out, like I said, shout out to people in this space that have been putting, the average men up on game when it comes to women in their DMs, right? Even so, I used to talk about this all the time. Like, I don't care how average you think your broad is. Remember when blue checks used to be a thing? these dudes will slide up in these bitches DMs, and these dudes and these bitches will have only like 300 followers and have a private page as well, and still have blue check ninjas up in her DMs. The average broad with a phone, her ego is like, it's up there. It's up there. Because she has all these motherfuckers in her DMs. Like, I remember I saw like this dude on Twitter. This one dude on Twitter, he was just so shocked. He was getting red pilled in real time. He was talking about his brother. He said, my girl, she don't even use social media. He said his girl only got 200 followers, and it's a private page. And he said Manu Ginobili was in her DMs. He said, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was sitting there like, guys, bruh, you ain't beating this. You can't defeat this game right here, man. Because it's the average broad that has like, her DMs are popping. So in her mind, she always thinks she got options. Even if she's like statistically in the best situation possible, she can be with a whole mechanical engineer or lawyer. She's gonna still think there's something better out there. She could be with a doctor. It don't matter who you are. She's always gonna think there's something better, something more. Like the earlier commenter said. Bessie says she knows he's up to something. Yeah, basically that's the saying. Pyro said, if he won't, another guy will. Yeah, that's the saying. That's the one. This is the quote that a lot of these hoes nowadays are living off on. If he won't, another guy will. Oh man. Yeah, Pyro also says they always say that and expect us to act like, OMG, I better do that before she finds another. If a girl says that, she playing you, or she's talking about the other dudes in her DMs, and she's playing. You gotta leave. You gotta exit that situation immediately. She playing you for a sucker. Panda Man said, good Lord, too effing unfair. That tweet, when I saw that tweet, when that dude said that Manu Ginobili was in her DMs, I was laughing. He said, I couldn't believe my eyes. But like I said, when I was younger, when I was 20, I remember, when I was 21, I remember this one girl, I asked her, can I see your DMs? And she was pretty known. Well, I'm not gonna say well known, but she was well known for who she was in her region as a quote unquote IG model. Man, when I saw who was in her DMs, I almost passed out. I was like, are you kidding? All these dudes. I was like, oh my God. But even these hold on, I might have to put her on blast. There's another girl I know, because I did a pod with this girl a while back with my cousin. Remember that the gordita chick that I showed you that was on my cousin's podcast? The gordita chick that I did the pod with. Remember how I showed you how she looked, and then I was telling you the dudes that were in her DMs? Like, if people knew, if people only knew, man. I don't know if I can bring up a picture of her. I'm talking about like the most regular gordita ever. Let me see if I can bring up her picture. And if I told you who was in her DMs, what she said who was in her DMs, and it's like she's proud of it. She's like proud of it, right? Oh, right here. So this chick, low-key, I'm putting her on blast, but right here, average gordita-ish chick. You know what I mean? Remember, I posted her all here, and then I was talking about the blue checks that were in her DMs, the professional athletes, and you're like, professional athletes? Yes. But that was back when like blue checks were a thing, you know, and all that. But the average broad, their ego, this is why like they'll be in a situation like a Kai Cenat's, like with Gigi in there, and they just think they could do better. So you can't, as a man, particularly if you're dealing with today's woman, you can't be shocked. Even if you're a regular dude with a regular chick, you can't be shocked if your regular chick is like, she's already branching off looking for something else better. You can't be shocked. You just gotta enjoy her while she lasts, while she's usable, right? But yeah, regular looking chick. DMs on fleek. You know? Let me see something here. So somebody said Lil TJ knew Gigi was cheating on Kai 3 months before their breakup. Oh, interesting.
I figured it out. Nigga probably just mad about his bitch.
It says go through the phone on stream. Let's react. Oh Lord. Copyright. Oh, $200 flights. Uh-oh. But abroad like this, though. And I'll say this, Kai Cenat, low key, her mom warned him. Let me see. Gigi. Oh, actually, let me not search that up. Let me make sure, because a lot of these industry chicks nowadays, these TikTok stars, they're literally, their moms are like former like video vixens and like former like corn stars now. It's like a legacy it's 304 legacy right now going on in the celebrity space, right? Even when you talk about what's that light skinned chick's name that's mad popular? So yeah, Saweetie, right? Her mom, 304, right? Former video vixen / model. So you already know what that means, right? It's 304 legacy everywhere. Search up Gigi's mom. We'll search up Gigi's mom. Because what's happening, this is what happens right here. You have these, because nowadays you have the moms and the daughters competing with each other for the same men. This is how sick the society is right now. So you have that situation going on. But one of the positives in that situation is when, particularly if the daughter or the mom gets a man that one or the other wanted, or the type of man that one or the other wanted, and one of them is jealous of the other, they'll expose each other. Right? So right here, remember this story came out in November with Gigi's mom? Where they said Kai Cenat's girlfriend Gigi's mom says she could expose her past if she wanted to, while also stating that Gigi is from Houston and not Louisiana, where she claims she's from. She goes, Gabrielle, you know you don't want me to post the stuff you was doing, and I won't. Mr. Kai Cenat, you don't know my baby. The woman that you in love with, that's me. That's me shining through her. So obviously that's her being jealous of her own daughter, mind you. But in that jealousy, there was a little bit of truth in what she was saying. She was trying to tell Kai that, look, my daughter is just like me. She's for these streets. Now, that was clearly out of jealousy she was saying this. because now you got these daughters and these moms. They when they're with each other, it's almost like they're homegirls. They're not. There's not a mother and daughter dynamic. It's a homegirl. It's a girlfriend and girlfriend dynamic. So you already know that's messy. But let's take a listen to this right here, where she's trying to expose her own daughter back in November. So this is interesting.
I sent Gabrielle to her dad. She tripping, acting wild, disobedient. And Gabrielle, you know you don't want me to post the stuff you was doing, and I won't. And I won't. But if I
You hear the smoke detector in the background?
You know you don't want me to post the stuff you was doing, and I won't. And I won't. But if I did, Mr. Kai Cenat, you will know, baby. The woman that you in love with, that's me. That's me shining through her. And by the grace of God, I thank that. But Gabrielle was tripping. Her dad was enabling her. Her dad literally went to the courts and lied on me and said I abandoned my child. When my whole text thread is, where's my kid? Where's my kid? And I'm thinking, oh my God, I got to fight with this man who don't even show up. And when you show up, all you do is bring chaos and drama. And she's at this critical age. And all I'm doing is fighting for her to save her. And I did. This man went to the courts, lied and said he served me, and said that I abandoned my child because he didn't want to take his ass up the road, 35 minutes now, the border from Houston, from Louisiana to Houston, where we from. It's a courthouse about a good 45 minutes away. No, he went right there to the courts in Louisiana and filed a motion on me for custody and said that I abandoned her when I'm waiting on her. No. I told her, I told her, take that weave out your head and give me that phone because the shit you posting on the internet is insane. Gabrielle, know if you can't say a mama ain't love you when she ain't never give up on you. She fought for you. If I would have left her in Lake Charles, Louisiana, I guarantee you right now, she'd be somewhere pregnant for a bum. Because that's exactly what she was going. I flew there.
Damn. Imagine your own mom, right? Trying to air you out for being a 304, your own mom. This is why you must beware of women with mommy issues. It's not daddy issues. It's mommy issues.
Brokenhearted because I couldn't believe she was abandoning me and she was leaving me because I wanted better for her. Anyway, I flew to Houston, got a car, went to Lake Charles, complete in the blind because I've never been served, so I really don't know what's going on. Her dad is telling me it's too late. Still never telling me he went to the courts. So I had to get an attorney. The attorney had to find out what's going on. I've hired me an attorney within less than 72 hours later. I had custody back. I fought for her. Gabrielle that's just one story. When you sit around and say that your mama you never felt love, you have spread me thin. You have worn me out in ways that I tell my younger kids that my little two.
Hold on, I just saw something here. So Ekitike 7, I'm assuming this is a Liverpool fan. He said, y'all think YB Richard and Kai? Hell no. Are you kidding me? These streamers, boy, and I'm not trying to be mean. Mind you, I'm not trying to be. I'm just telling you, these rappers, they make literally no money. They make no money. They're broke. Just in general. Now, these streamers, the money they're making is way more. Streamers make even your local streamer that probably has like a fraction of the following that Kai has. There's a good chance that even that streamer is making more than your average popular rapper. These rappers are making nothing compared to what these streamers are making. The reason why you'll see a person like a Gigi cheat on a Kai for a NBA YoungBoy is because NBA YoungBoy is a degenerate. They like degenerate ninjas. It's not like just any rapper. She chose NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy is a degenerate. NBA YoungBoy has 10 baby moms, 12 kids with baby moms. Well, yeah, 12 kids with 10 baby mothers. those are the types that women like. That's those degenerate types. That's who they like. But by the way, with the username Ekatike, this guy's either a France or a Liverpool fan. But this is these are just facts. These are just those are the type of dudes that they like. And no, like those rappers, they broke, bro. It's only a few rappers. He said, "Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan." Yeah. I will say this: I would have never thought, if you told me 2 years ago that Ekitike would basically be starting up front with France. Sorry, starting up front with Mbappe in France in the 2026 World Cup, I would be like, you crazy, because I'm still used to seeing Ekitike at PSG for so long, so that's just still stuck in my head. But yeah, he's made massive improvements, and I like how he's performing even in the face of competition. Now, the striker Isak, he went down with an injury, so basically the spot is his for a little while. But shout out to Ekitike. But anyways, NBA young boy, he's shot. That boy, guys like that, like I said earlier in the stream, the guys that got all the girls in high school were those ISS ninjas outside of the jocks, outside of the obvious jocks. It was those guys. He said, young boy owns a mountain. Hold on, let me search this up. What does he own? NBA young boy mountain gravedigger. But even still, he's not making close to the money. Even still, then he's still not making even close to the money that Kai Cenat's making. And all of it is, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know if NBA YoungBoy's on child support, but because it's guys like that, for some reason they are never on child support. The guys with like several baby mothers are never on child support for some weird reason. But when it comes to him, I don't know how much money he's actually keeping in general. I don't know if he's on child support or not. But at the end of the day, he's still not making more than Kai. He's not even making more than, like, these rappers ain't even making more than Destiny. He ain't making more than Destiny. Who's these whole ass niggas again? What's these people's name? The FaZe Clan, Duke Dennis, right? Who's another streamer's name of Speed, right? The streamers these are the A-list. These are the new A-listers. Hollywood, the rap game in general, that's a thing. That's the thing of the past. Ekatike says Speed is the only one who can save Kai right now. But like I said, when I showed you this video, I'm just wanted to show you who Gigi came from, and look at the type of women that she came from. So, like mother, like daughter. So Kai was warned. Now, it is 8:55. I know I got a lot of people tuning in, but I do have to end this stream. I did say I was going to do 7 to 9. I have to keep to my word. So I will read the rest of these chats that I missed. Let me see if I can. What just happened? Here we go. Take this off now. But guys like Kai Cenat, they eventually they're gonna have to learn. They're going to have to learn what this game is. Yeah, shout out to Pyro. He says, Chris, it would always be funny to see you shocked about Elephant Man having more kids than the American rappers, football players, and Elon Musk. That's wild. He said, did you see the clip they're talking about? No, not necessarily the clip. I just know about the news of Kai and his girl and the rumors and Gigi addressing the rumors, which basically confirmed the rumors to me. in my opinion, for her to repost the rumors and act like she had like she don't know where this is coming from, and inadvertently blaming Kai Cenat for the rumors coming out. That's how I know that she did cheat on Kai. Maybe it wasn't with NBA YoungBoy, but I'm going to assume she did, because she did not need to mention all of that. She had no need to mention all of that. But sorry, I gotta abruptly end the stream. It's 8:55. I'm gonna end it a little bit earlier than usual, but we will speak more on this at a later time. My next stream, I will be addressing Christianity and church. It's either going to be that subject, or I will make my top 10 simps of the year, or it's going to be a top 5 or a top 10. Depending on what time I have, it'll just depend on what time I have. But anyways, let me hit which. I already know what I'm going to end this one with. I already know, man. This is the this is the Corey Holcomb clip. Shout out to you guys. Like, Corey Holcomb, to me, this is the GOAT. This is the GOAT of comedy, and I think also the GOAT of philosophy. I consider Corey Holcomb my spiritual pastor, if that makes sense. Everything that he has said or everything that he has spoke on has come to pass. Damn near everything. Shout out to Patrice O'Neal, another person too as well. But right here, this is what we gonna land this video with. You can be a Kai Cenat. You can be a Tom Brady, right? You can literally be the best at what you do. You could be all of those things. Literally the best at your profession, the best at this. If you're just doing it to just make your girl happy, it's never going to be enough, right? So you need to find, as if you are a man, you need to find something outside of making women happy. You need to find something outside of that, which is actually going to fulfill you. That's actually going to give you purpose in life. Not how many bitches you be with or how much women you think like you or don't like you. That's not how you're supposed to be living your life. You need to find something bigger than yourself, something to create or become something bigger than yourself, right? To serve something bigger than yourself, not abroad. So shout out to Corey Holcomb, and I'm going to end the stream off with
you. Trust me. I don't give a fuck what you do for a bitch. It ain't enough. Trust me, my nigga. Every once in a while, you meet an exceptional bitch. Right. Remember, like in the movies, Django, the exceptional nigga.
Right.
Every once in a while, you might meet an exceptional woman who actually is happy that you are her friend and that you give her love, affection, and anything else. Right. That's rare. I had a bitch, I did everything for this bitch one day. Then when it was time to go, the bitch was like, "You coming over?" I'm like, "I got shit to do tonight."